It's now time for Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m. Starring Ryan Ermanni, Michigan great and former NFL baller Braylon Edwards, and of course, Tom Mazawey. Let's talk some sports.
And here we go. Friday, December 9th, 2022. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com, fox2detroit.com, the Fox 2 News app. Thank you for joining us on those platforms. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards out today. He will join us from Los Angeles, California. He's out there on some business. He'll join us in hour number 2 of the program. Sitting mightily in his stead, the great two-time NBA World Championship, Lindsey Hunter.
Friday. It's Friday, man.
How you doing, man?
Doing good, man.
Yeah, having fun this week, Lindsey. We love having you, man.
Absolutely.
It is so
great
good.
week.
Awesome.
Great week.
Tom Mazawey, good afternoon to you, buddy.
Hey, man. How's everybody? Good to have everyone here on a Friday. It's always good when it's Friday. I love Friday.
Yes.
The only day I like better than Friday is Thursday night when I know it's going to be Friday.
Because you do your bowling.
You do your bowling,
I
bro.
bowl. Lindsey called me and I was bowling last night.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I interrupted him.
He's like, Maz, I'm sorry. I thought are you sleeping? I'm like, sleeping. I'm
Matt
bowling.
stays up to like 1 in the morning.
So it's good to have everybody here. And we'll see Braylon, and we'll make our picks today.
Looking forward to that. We've got Lomas Brown talking Lions coming up in about 12 minutes from now. By the way, the Lions, how about this, Lindsey? Releasing standing room only seats again this week. This from Tim Twentyman. In addition, in anticipation of another 65,000 seat crowd when they host Minnesota. By the way, the Vikings, the 9th most false starts and 4th most delay of game penalties in the NFL this season. So, as Tim Twentyman says, safe to say, Ford Field will be a rockin' this Sunday, and I know a lot of people are excited for this football game. We'll talk to Lomas about that coming up.
Yeah, it's not even a playoff game, and people are going bananas.
That's as close to a playoff game as you get at Ford Field. There's no doubt about it, Liz. So we're excited to talk to Lomas about that. In the meantime, there is one person. Lindsey, I wake up 4:30 in the morning, so I don't stay up for the late games very often. Right. I wake up this morning, I see that Baker Mayfield leads the LA Rams on a 98-yard drive, game-winning drive.
Dude, phenomenal.
I think of one person. Tom Mazawey.
Maz called it. He called it.
I mean, so I woke up this morning, I watched it. I mean, yes, you could say the Raiders suck. Their coaching staff sucks.
Yes.
The defense sucked. They blew it, and they did.
Right.
But I think you've got to give Baker Mayfield a lot of credit last night, too, for hanging in there. And this Skoranek kid, who's Skoranek?
He's from Notre Dame.
Oh, my God.
He's the real deal, man.
Holy Toledo, Skoranek.
Skoranek.
Jeez.
Dude, I sat there and watched it, and it was a train wreck at first. I was like, man, they're going to
It was
kill
a bad
Baker.
game.
Yeah, I was like, they're going to kill Baker Mayfield out here. He was getting sacked, and, all of a sudden, crunch time, bam, he turns it on right down the field, 98 yards, touchdown.
Aided by, of course, a bunch of penalties on the Raiders.
Well, that's what the Raiders do. That's what they do.
That's a poorly coached team.
A
poorly coached team does that.
We were talking to imagine if that's Dan Kelly. I just saw Braylon just sent an Instagram about the Raiders' last 2 losses are to an ESPN analyst and Jeff Saturday and a quarterback who doesn't know the playbook yet. That is a pretty damning couple of weeks if you're the Oakland Raiders. I think that last night was more about how bad the Raiders are than anything to do with Baker Mayfield and the Los Angeles Rams.
I think it was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I've never been a Carr. I just never thought Carr was. I think he's a starting quarterback, but I've never thought he was an elite quarterback. And when you give him a great receiver that he has, you would think he'd do more. I mean, I think their team is not that bad, but they looked that bad last night.
And Maz, I mean, your guy came through for you.
I really wanted to see him do well. But I wanted them to miss the extra point, and I wanted the Raiders to win. Obviously, I'm not rooting for the Rams, but I like Baker. I don't make it it's not a secret. I'm probably the only guy, maybe me and two other people, maybe his wife, maybe a couple other people. There are some NFL guys that really took their hat off to him last night. You saw all the Twitter, the tweets were coming out as Amazon Prime was on. They were interviewing him, interviewing other players, and people were excited to see what he did. I mean, let's face it. This guy got drafted by the Cleveland Browns, like our friend Braylon Edwards. You can't get drafted by a much worse team. Right. Okay, now they did build a nice team around him at one time, and he got him to the playoffs. Won a playoff game. Could have won another one. Could have got to the AFC Championship game, and things went sideways after that. He got hurt. The Browns changed coaches like you change underwear, and he falls out of favor. They get Deshaun Watson. That's it for Baker. They let him go. He signs with Carolina. Couldn't get a worse team to sign with. Right. They're probably the second worst team to sign with than the Browns. He's got nothing there, and he's got Matt Rule coaching him. Matt Rule's dead man walking. He gets fired. They bring in Steve Wilkes, who was fired after 1 year in Arizona. Steve Wilkes, I think, saved Baker's career because Baker said, hey, man, I got a chance to maybe hook on with a playoff team here or a team that could really use me. Let me go. Right. They let him go. That was a gentlemanly thing to do. They could have hung on to him. They already paid him. So he goes on waivers, and the Rams are the only team to put in a claim on him. He goes over there. Sean McVay is there. To me, there's two teams that could save him. Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan. Those are my two. I wanted him to be with the 49ers because I wanted him to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded that at all.
And I still believe he has the talent, the moxie, and I think he's grown over the years to know, hey, I made an ass of myself back in the day. I got to be better. But did you see how his team, how the Rams?
No, they rallied around him.
There's 2 minutes. There's 2 minutes in the locker room that we could play for you, a minute and a half, that you know that he's already loved on that team. And God forbid something happens with Matt Stafford. He might have to have an operation. And like I said the other day, he just might retire. And Sean McVay said, for $1.3 million, I'm going to roll the dice and I'm going to take Baker Mayfield. I believe in this guy. I always liked him since he was in college. I liked him. And Sean McVay is a quarterback whisperer. Who else would you want to be with, him or Shanahan? That's it.
Yeah.
They took a chance, and it's going to pay off for him. I'm telling you right now, he's starting for the Rams next year, and he's going to get paid.
And it's not. Look, you're gonna get. I'm sure you're gonna get attacked and all that stuff. I'm not.
I get attacked by my own people here.
I'm not gonna sit here and attack you because
I got Lindsey, lit up last night.
I know, Lindsey. You've been in these locker rooms before. You understand. You understand when you want to play with a guy and when you don't want to play with a guy. And there is that locker room scene after the game in which. They basically and they didn't put them on their shoulders, but they basically put them on their shoulders, for lack of a better way to say it. That team was so excited to have Baker Mayfield with them, and again, I think confidence for a professional athlete is almost as important as talent itself when you get there.
Definitely.
If you are playing with confidence, you will succeed. If you are not playing with confidence, you will fail. And if you give a talented kid confidence in a organization, in a scheme that really does what you do well, you might have the best chance that you have ever had to succeed in the NFL.
Oh, definitely. And I think Baker, he possesses that innate ability to be confident through any trial and tribulation. And that's a unique talent to have because everybody can't do what he did going through what he went through. Because a lot of people, it's a natural tendency to lose your confidence when people make you feel like they don't want you.
Right.
It's natural to feel like, man, maybe I'm not that good. Questioning myself, was I really that good to be the number one pick? I can't even get on the field now. So for him to have the moxie and the ability to persevere through it and come out and perform that way speaks a lot to his heart, his character, and how much confidence that he has in himself. Because that's a tough thing to do. Trust me, I've been an athlete in a position where maybe I wasn't starting or something happened, and you do lose something inside. You question yourself. And for him to do that, man, I took my hat off to him last night. I was like, man, Maz, you see your boy, you know.
He's a winner to me. That's all. And he's got balls.
Well, when you
he's the kind of quarterback I would want on my team. And I always said, I thought Dan Campbell and him would be a great mix.
Right.
But him and Sean McVay is perfect. But I wanted to ask you about Darko. When you guys brought Darko in, let's face it, Larry Brown treated him like a redheaded stepchild. Threw him at the end of the bench, made him put his little Band-Aids over his earrings, the holes in his ears. Remember those? Remember that?
Yes.
And he was what? The human victory cigar. How do you think that made that kid feel?
Right. No, that was.
He couldn't have gone to a worse team.
Yeah.
With the worst coach for him.
For him.
Larry Brown's not about rookies.
No.
You know who he likes. He's going to the playground, and he's going to get his guys from the playground.
Yep.
Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. And to think about Baker's, how he came up, he was a walk-on. He went from a walk-on to, a Heisman winner?
Yeah.
To the first pick. Like, think about the trajectory of being a walk-on, then going to be the number one pick in the draft. That's crazy. Would you ever think a guy would be a walk-on and then you're the number one pick?
No, and usually what happens if you did pick that guy number one, you end up on the street a couple of years later, right? The guy that picks him, and ultimately he did. But I wanted to say this too, because what we do in this business is pretty interesting and eye-opening, and I don't want to compare Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield. So I know some people will just take Tom Brady, Baker Mayfield, and totally discount what I'm about to say, right. But in the game, what was it, Sunday Night Football, and ESPN put this out, the last two primetime games.
It was a Monday night game.
It was a Monday night and Thursday night.
Right.
It was a 16-3 game, and the team that had 3 ended up winning 17-13, final 3 minutes of the game. When Tom Brady did it on Monday night, bad all night long.
Yes.
And then he leads them to a 17-16 win, down 16-3 with 3 minutes to go in the game. Oh my gosh, Tom Brady did it again. He led them to another fourth quarter win. Tom Brady, the GOAT. Baker Mayfield did the exact same thing, aided by the exact same stupid mistakes and stupid defense. By a losing team. And what are we saying today? He still can't play. He sucks, and it was all because the Raiders can't coach.
Right.
So,
I didn't say that.
Well, no. I know, and I think we're on a little bit of a different. Right. We're on a different page, but for the most part,
that's what everybody.
I think a lot of people just think that the Raiders blew that, and they did.
Yeah. They did.
But we
don't
still
have to make the passes.
Right.
We didn't say that about New Orleans. All we said was Tom Brady did it again. And it is interesting how you.
It's all how you look at it.
It is.
Well, Tom Brady earned that though.
Yeah,
because he's done it so many times.
Sure, and that's why it's almost not a fair comparison.
Right.
Because of the name itself.
Right.
But the isolated incident of
Baker hasn't played in weeks.
No.
Goes on a plane. Actually booked the flight to L.A. without knowing the Rams picked him up. Did you hear that?
No.
He said, I took a chance. I had a hunch that they were going to grab me.
Wow.
And he goes there, gets the playbook sent to his iPad. So the 5-hour flight from Carolina to L.A., he's studying. Gets there, they have one half of practice with him.
Right.
And then they put him on the field. And he held himself accountable. That's all I got to say.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was great, man.
Yeah, it was good, guys. We are going to talk to Lomas Brown momentarily. I did want to let you in on this very, very sad situation today. The Muskegon, home of the Big Reds, the high school football program in the state of Michigan, they announced on Twitter today that Demetrius Michi Walker has passed away after a courageous fight with osteosarcoma. They thanked everybody for their support. You remember he was featured on Game Day earlier this year. Michi was a big Michigan fan, really good football player, but this bone disease affected his life and ultimately ended up taking his life. Jim Harbaugh got him in, worked out with the guys that were on the field, wheeled him into the end zone for a touchdown, put the ball in his lap and everything like that. Really sad situation. So we just wanted to extend our condolences to Michi's family, Demetrius Walker's family, and all of that. So No easy transition from that, but we're going to talk football. Wanted to just offer up our thoughts and prayers to the Walker family. Guys, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Lomas Brown, talking a little Lions, and I'd like to let you know about Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac all month long at Les Stanford in Dearborn. You get a 2022 Silverado for just $285 a month, with just $19.95 down. Also, a Malibu for just $225 a month, $19.95 down. Bring in the new year with new wheels. LesStanford.com. LesStanford.com. Find new roads.
Find them.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit. Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Okuda gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports' Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes.
At Alta.
Uptime. It matters.
Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. If you have a big project coming up, why not give Alta Rental a try? Alta Rental will have you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO, the number 2, Alta.
Alta.
I got to get Jake Wegner's chat in here from the WoodwardSports.com chat. Baker requests a release. Books a flight to L.A. with no idea the Rams are picking him up. You going to try to sell me a bridge next?
Well, that's what he said. Hey, he's got enough money. I'm just saying what he said.
That's so great.
That's all. He said it on national TV.
I love it.
I'm just reading it for you.
Oh, my God.
All right, Jake?
Very good. Hey, WoodwardSports.com,
Fox2Detroit.com.
What?
I was just telling Jake I got a bridge for him.
Oh, good. If you're watching live on Fox2Detroit.com and the Fox 2 app, we certainly appreciate that. Anytime on WoodwardSports.com. Let's bring him in. One of our favorites now, the great Lomas Brown, Lions radio analyst, former Lions great, on Twitter at LomasBrown75. Lomas, how are you, my friend?
I'm great, man. Happy holidays to you guys at Woodward Sports.
Happy holidays.
Thanks so much, Lomas. Happy holidays to you, and a little bit of a holiday gift for us all. An incredible turnaround for the Detroit Lions. Lomas, what has changed over the last 5 weeks to put the Lions on the brink of playing these important games in December?
Yeah, I think the one thing is that these guys are getting healthy at the right time. I think that's been a big problem with the team all year long, the availability of these guys. As you know, you don't get an opportunity to practice with guys. You don't get the opportunity to get that chemistry together when you're not there, when you're not able to practice together. So it's been important for those guys to get healthy, and you can kind of see them getting healthy each and every week. Hopefully that'll continue to happen. And it just seems like these guys now, they kind of understand what the coaching staff wants out of these guys. The communication seems to be better between the coaching staff and the players. So it's been a collaborative effort for this team to get itself where it is right now. And it's very exciting. It's very exciting to be at this point of the year and the Lions to be in the playoff hunt right now.
Lomas, I went back yesterday. We were talking about this. In the last decade alone, there might be 10 games that meant anything at Ford Field in December. The crowd will be electric on Sunday. How much of a playoff atmosphere do you think this is going to be at Ford Field on Sunday?
Oh, it's going to be huge. I could tell because of how Thanksgiving was. Oh, my God. I know Thanksgiving is a tradition, but the fans were ready. They came out ready. They showed up and showed out last Thursday. So I expect more of the same with an opponent that's a divisional opponent, but a guy that everybody that watched the first game know that the Lions gave that away. We gave that game to Minnesota up there in Minneapolis. So I just think the way the team has gotten better, I just think the crowd is going to be ready. They're expecting, heck, we're 2-point favorites. I don't know when the last time you could say the Lions have been favorites at home. So I know the crowd is going to be ready, and I'm looking forward to that game.
Hey, Lo, it's Maz. Thanks for coming on. We love you, man. Hey, just a little stat on that. The Lions are favored. It's the first time a 5-win team is favored over a 10-win team in the Super Bowl era. How about that for something? That's a long time, man.
That is. You're right about that. And it's a long time coming. Hopefully the team can show everybody that they have arrived. We haven't fared well in big games like this, games that mean much. So hopefully the guys will be ready for this challenge. And I do think from watching Minnesota on film, they're a team that's going to give you opportunities. The Lions are just going to have to take advantage of those opportunities that Minnesota's going to give them on Sunday and be ready to capitalize on them. So hopefully that's the case on Sunday. But I do think that us being at home, us being in front of our home crowd, that has to be an extra boost for these players and this coaching staff.
Hey, you've had a lot of quarterbacks you've worked with in your long career. You're going to go to Hall of Fame here one of these days. Jared Goff, he spoke the other day to the media, and he said, this is the best football I've played in my career, and he credits Ben Johnson on bringing it out of him. And you saw last week at the end of the game, he went and he gave a big bear hug from behind on Ben Johnson. You could tell they have a good thing going together. What do you see different now in this Jared Goff?
Confidence. That's it. You'll be shocked at how much confidence can do for a player in this game. And that's what I see. That last game, Jared was stepping into the throws with no conviction. He knew where he wanted to go with the ball, and he got the ball there, and that's a confident player. You can tell every time Jared is in there, he has just this calm demeanor about himself. And as a lineman, as a guy on the offensive side of the ball, you follow that. That's how you want your leader to be. You don't want him to be too up. You don't want him to get too down. You want him to be a steady force. And that's what I see out of Jared each and every game. You don't know how the game is going when you look at Jared's expression. You don't know whether they winning or losing because of how he stays. And I think that's a good trait for him to have. So I'm definitely looking forward to him putting his best foot forward and really, really giving us a Jared Goff performance that we haven't gotten this year yet. I'm still waiting for that signature performance from Jared Goff.
Lo, I'm going to make you go back in time here to the 90s for a minute. You had Eric Kramer, you had Scott Mitchell, and now you see Jared Goff. Do you see any similarities between those three guys?
Well, again, that's how Eric Kramer was. Eric was the same way as far as his demeanor. Eric was the same exact way. He wouldn't get too high. He wouldn't get too low. So he had that calm and demeanor in the huddle. And, he had a very, very good understanding of our playbook, our philosophy. And I think that's what you see with Jared Goff, too, right now with him and Ben Johnson. Just like you say, how he gave Ben that big bear hug. You can tell they're on the same page. And there's no better feeling than to be on the same page with your coach and being able to share ideas with him, share plays that you think that'll be good plays to run. That's just having a great relationship with your coach. And you can just see that Jared, Ben Johnson, they have that type of relationship that they have built.
Lomas, question, Lindsey here. How you doing, big guy?
I'm good, Lynn. What's up, my brother? How are you?
What's up? Good. Hey, on the outside looking in, we can see by the wins that there's been a change. But being around the team, when did you feel the culture shift? I know Dan Campbell had to get some of his guys in there, but inside, when did you kind of feel the culture shift within the team?
Lindsey, they still doing it right now, but I would say probably about 5 games ago, probably is when I really seen that the team was really trying to buy in, really trying to do what Coach Campbell, that coaching staff was trying to get them to do. I would say probably about then. I hate to say it's kind of about the same time when when they made the move with Aubrey Pleasance. But you can just see it. And Lindsey, I'm telling you, another thing that's going on is that these young guys, these rookies, these second-year guys that we're playing, you can tell now the game is starting to slow up
down
for these guys.
Yep.
Yeah, they're really starting to get it a lot more. You can tell it's slowing down for these guys, and you can see that they're performing good. And the great thing about this, all this experience they get at a young age, is just going to help them throughout their career. So it's some good things happening with this team and this coaching staff.
Hey, Lomas, I wanted to ask you, because you can't talk about this last 5 weeks and not mention Aaron Glenn in the defense. In the first 7 games, this defense gave up over 32 points a game. In their last 5, 19.8 points a game. What changed with them? I mean, these guys are getting better, all of them defensively. I mean, the younger guys especially.
Yeah, so, they were shooting themselves in the foot. It was too many self-inflicted wounds that the Lions were doing to themselves with penalties, missed assignments, turnovers. Those are all things that hurt you, that kill drives, that do things that are detriment to your team and to where you're trying to go. And that's what the Lions were doing. They would have costly penalties, pass interference penalties, late hits, different things like that would hurt them, that would put the opposing offense in a position to have success against them. And then, of course, you look at the offensive side of the ball, we had turnovers early in the year. And anytime our offense turns the ball over and give their defense a short field, their offense a short field to work with, that's going to put a lot of stress on your defense. So I think these guys have cleaned up a lot of things that they were doing wrong early in the season. And I'm telling you, these guys are playing hard. They're swarming to the ball. So these are all things that good defenses do. You can see the Lions defense starting to do it now.
Last one for you, Lomas. I mentioned it earlier this week. Dan Orlovsky said it this week on ESPN Live, NFL Live. Thinks the Lions are going to win out. What do you make of that sort of? Not going to ask you whether or not they're going to win out. They certainly could. Anything could happen. But what about that respect that's being put on the Detroit Lions name?
I mean, I'm happy about it. I really am. It's a testimony to what those guys have done. have put themselves in a position starting off. You see how bad we started this year off. It was terrible. But these guys have fought, and they have put themselves in a position to where they are in the playoff hunt. Now, the thing I have to say about the running the table is, all those other teams are looking at the Lions the same way. They looking at the Lions like, look, we could beat Detroit, and we could do this, and we could do that. So just like Detroit is looking at all these teams they think they can beat. Those teams are looking at Detroit saying, hey, we could beat Detroit and get our season back on track. So that's the thing. We're going to have to be ready to fight force with force, because these teams aren't going to just roll over just because we roll our helmets out there. We're going to have to be ready to fight these teams, and hopefully the guys will be ready on Sunday to do that.
We'll be listening to the call on Lions Radio Network. Lomas Brown, Dan Miller. Thanks so much, Lomas. It's amazing.
Thanks, Lo.
Real fast, I got to tell my guy Lindsey, man, Rick Mahorn out here trying to threaten me, Lindsey. He talking about what he would have did to me on the football field. I told Rick I would have broke him up on the football field. He better stay on that hard court. Tell him to stay on that hard court and leave this turf alone.
He's not ready for that. Trust me, he ain't ready for that.
He ain't ready for it.
Who's better than Lomas? Who's better than Lomas Brown, man? Nobody.
Just put a sock in his mouth, Lomas.
Oh, my God. See ya.
All right.
Happy holidays to you and your family, Lomas. Hey, you know what? I wanted to bring this guy up, and I have not all week, all year. But Nigel Williamson in the WoodwardSports.com chat, I think John Kaminsky is more valuable than people realize. What this guy has done on the defensive line has been great. Not good, great. And I'm glad, Nigel, you recognize that, because I do think he's making everybody better on that defensive line. I do think him being out for a period of time early on in the season really made a huge difference. A huge difference.
There's a lot of talent on this team.
And since he's come back, Kaminsky, Aiden Hutchinson's been better. Aleem McNeil's been better. Isaiah Buggs has been better. Great chat comment there from Nigel. Thanks so much for that. One more piece of Lions news that I want to get to, and then we got fill in the blank. We got Braylon coming up in hour number 2. I want to talk to Lindsey about an important topic that we were talking about before the show started. All kinds of great stuff today on a Friday, baby. Woo! Lions Friday.
Lions Friday.
From Lady Jane's Kool-Aid, baby. Break it out. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Let me tell you, my girl Becca hooked me up today.
You look like you're ready for your school
I was
picture.
feeling some kind of way when I walked in, and then I got with Becca, and my goodness, she took care of me.
What color background are you taking? Are you doing a rainbow background like my daughters used to pick?
No, I don't do any kind of background, man.
Okay,
Just
baby.
the old hot lather neck shave, a good shampoo wash. My goodness. Register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Anytime you get a haircut at Lady Jane's. There's one near you, open 7 days a week. You can walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Downtown Detroit is all decked out this holiday season.
Is that you, Fletch?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby.
Fletch counted himself down again.
I don't like it when you guys talk over me.
Fletch, wait. In 3, 2, 1.
No. That's my job, Maz. Downtown Detroit is all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge and the Monroe Street Midway.
I'll be down there
the
tonight.
Midway has a giant
bunch of drunk women with me.
Are you going before a game, Maz?
I'm driving my wife and her friends around tonight for a 50th birthday party.
Okay. Are you going to go to the Midway or are you going to get some hot chocolate?
You ready for this? They're going Foaling first and then Midway.
Well,
How about that?
That's perfect. Go get some drinks at Go Foaling, and then you can go down to the Monroe Street Midway, grab some drinks at the Lodge.
It's Midway.
And then shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with deckedoutdetroit.com.
I mean, we've been through a ton of stuff in a year and a half now, and we've been through everything, injuries and illness and, the losses. And I just think we're built for whatever comes. I do believe that, and that's how Brad and I built this roster. It's a resilient group. It's a group that goes to work. It's a group that just stays focused on what's in front of them. And I don't see any of that changing, so that gives me hope. It always will.
This guy, Dan Campbell, we were just talking, Lindsey, a minute ago about professional athletes. And, talent aside, man, if you give a professional athlete confidence, you're going to get a great performance. If you don't, you're not. And that goes for coaching as well.
Absolutely.
He comes to that podium with that hat on a little straighter.
That's a fact. Remember the beginning of the year?
Yeah, I mean, the hat's up
He looked like
here.
a homeless guy at the beginning of the year.
I mean,
Well, you guys told me he cried, right?
yeah. I mean,
Oh, God.
come on, dude. He's up there. I mean, he's up there leaning forward a little bit more than leaning
Got
back.
his swag back.
That's all about swag.
Yeah.
That is all about swag.
Got my swagger back.
I'm telling you, when your players are performing at a level like Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you feel like that guy can do anything for you, when you feel like you're going to the fight with some ammo, for lack of a better way to say it,
He's your Cooper Kupp.
I'm telling you, man, that gives you a lot of confidence. Here is what Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson says
Listen to this.
about his wide receiver, Amon-Ra.
Truthfully, I really think he's playing like a top 5, top 10 receiver in this league right now. That level of toughness, the hands, the breaks. I mean, it's a complete package, and boy, are we happy to have him.
Top
that,
5, top 10.
How about that?
Definitely top 10 receiver he's playing like right now. Yeah. Top 5? Oof. Man, there's bigger names for sure, but who's playing better? I heard a comp, and I don't remember who made this comp. Maz, maybe you can help me out with this. But they comped Amon-Ra like a Stephon Diggs.
Oh, I don't know who said that.
On our show.
I don't know who said that.
On our show.
Really?
Yeah.
That's high praise right there, dude.
I don't remember that.
You know who it might have been? I hate to say it in case it wasn't. But
Go ahead.
It was. I did a.
Someone in the chat will tell us you're wrong anyway.
Right.
Well, for Fox 2 earlier this week, I was doing a quick lane bowl hit with TJ Lang.
Okay.
And I think I was talking a little lines with him, and I think he comped him like a Stephon Diggs.
Wow.
And if it wasn't him, TJ, I apologize, but somebody either here or there said Stephon Diggs, and I don't know if it's the size. He's not sexy because he's not the burner down the field that is gonna run down there and catch all these 50, 60-yard balls.
Right.
He's going to beat you quick. He's going to beat you on routes. He's going to be,
he's as strong as they come, I can tell you that.
But yeah, he's never going to drop the ball either. Incredible stuff, Maz. I know you like him.
I love him. Last year, I was telling Braylon, I think he's a top 10 guy. This was last year.
Right.
And Braylon's like, no, he's not there yet, blah, blah, blah. But this year, Braylon's starting to dig on him more. And to hear that from Ben Johnson, it just tells me that they got the right guy. And hats off, Brad Holmes. You did it again. What was it, fourth round?
Fourth round pick.
I mean, you did it again. And this kid took names. At the beginning of the year, like Hard Knocks. They had him on Hard Knocks. And he named every guy
that went
picked ahead of him. Guys that you don't even know. I never even heard of half of these guys because they're buried on a depth chart somewhere.
Yeah.
And he's like, here I am.
I wanted to mention the Lions' offensive line for a second, too. Having Lomas on.
It's one of the best.
I was going to ask him about this, but I didn't want to keep him on too long. That offensive, you have so many resources in the offensive line, and I don't think you can tell Jared Goff's story this year without talking about that offensive line and how good they have been.
How they make them comfortable.
Specifically the last 5 weeks, but really all year. I mean, they were dealing with some injuries up front for a long time this season. They have gotten healthier, not totally healthy, but healthier.
Right.
And, man, they're playing so good right now.
I bet you, in fact, Jared Goff, who his MVP would be, he would say the offensive line because most quarterbacks, you depend on that. Ask Tom Brady how his offensive line has been earlier. He struggled, and I think we're seeing the result of Goff having a great year because of his offensive line getting healthy.
Look at San Francisco with Trent Williams.
Absolutely.
One of the best in the business.
Yes.
And, I think he might have been one of the guys that even spoke about this Lions line. I know there was someone that was paying him a compliment this week, and they are the real deal. You got 3 number 1 picks on there. They better be good.
Right.
Well, Lomas was talking about how Jared Goff is just playing with so much confidence right now and stepping up in the pocket and having this rapport with his receivers. You don't have that confidence if you don't believe you have the time, if you don't believe you are going to be protected by that offensive line. And again, they have had guys come in and out. But it's been at those positions at the right guard and left guard positions. They have pretty much been healthy at left tackle, center, and right tackle, who are their 3 picks, and they've been able to plug and play some backups in there, and they are a lot more comfortable out there. So this is a lot of fun, and we mentioned it at the top of the show. Tim Twentyman from DetroitLions.com out there saying that the Lions are releasing standing room only seats again this week in anticipation of another 65,000-seat crowd.
Nice.
When they host the Vikings. Minnesota has the 9th most false starts in the league, the 4th most delay of game penalties this season in the NFL. So, that's where the crowd matters.
I read the Lions are averaging about 62,000 fans. That puts them 29th. On the list, so we got to show out for these.
Is that just because
games.
Of the size of the stadium?
Yeah, it's got to have something to do with it.
Yeah.
But in the beginning of the year when they were playing like dog meat, we weren't packing the place. They packed it against Philly, but after that it was kind of just come and get the seats if you'd like to.
Yeah.
But 2 standing room only games against Buffalo, and now this one against the Vikings. I bet you it'll be standing room only if they win these next 2 games against the Bears. Right now, tickets are going for what, Brian? $250 each?
Well, the standing room only seats I see on Ticketmaster, $89.
I'm talking about the Bears game.
Oh, the Bears game.
We already looked at the Bears game.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Bears game. You can get seats in the end zone for about $100, $115.
Well, that's going to go up if they win this next game.
If they win, of course.
So if you want to get your tickets,
how much higher do you think they can go up?
If you want to get your tickets for Christmas, nice Christmas present, buy that Bear game now.
Let's say that, Maz, how much? You're
100 now.
115 now.
If they win out,
yeah.
300.
300. Wow.
Easy.
I might have to buy 4.
Easy.
Not to go, but
bargain shopping.
Right. Exactly. No doubt about it.
We're starving, man.
Right.
We're starving.
No doubt.
This is a playoff game, and we're 5-7. Think about that. We think this is a playoff game.
Yeah.
I know, man. It's kind of amazing.
We're out of our minds.
Yeah.
But this is because we're starved.
I feel bad for you, man.
Right. Guys, we are going to take a break. Come right back. When we do, it is a fill-in-the-blank Friday.
Oh, yeah.
We got some good ones, too. We are coming back, but first a message from Chili Peppers Tanning.
Come on, guys. Chili Peppers Tanning. Look how sunny it is out. Not. Come on. It's time to get your skin looking good. Get that vitamin D in you. Got to get the Chili Peppers Tanning. 27 locations. 2 more right here on Birmingham and in Royal Oak, right on Woodward Avenue. And there's more on the way. So no excuse. You could find a Chili Peppers Tanning. They got the cleanest salons in the D. And not only that, they'll beat all competitors by $5 on unlimited tanning and more. Hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. Your vitamin D headquarters is ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
I'm Dr. Jason Olafson, DC, the founder of the Custom Health Centers, and we've helped thousands of people learn how easy it is to lose weight and keep it off with our customized weight loss and body contouring programs.
With Custom Health, you don't feel hungry, you eat well. My name is Simeon Timbuk, and I've lost 71 pounds on the program.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Jeff Akuta and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Akuta gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports' Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Akuta and Wicked Awesome Wishes.
Centron is the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings, and they've combined all 3 of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler box. Try Centron's great tasting cranberry, I know that's Braylon's favorite, the classic, and the sugar-free, all in 1 pack. Pre-order your Centron 6-pack sampler box today at CentronWorld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Centron so you can be dope like Braylon, and also, let's go Red Wings.
Red Wings.
All right. Speaking of Braylon Edwards, he will join us in hour number 2 of the program. Braylon's been out on business all week. Well, actually, Monday and Tuesday he was here and then had to travel out on Wednesday. So he'll join us.
Saw him play a little golf last night.
Yeah, absolutely. Great stuff there. No doubt about it.
That's some business.
Absolutely. So it is a fill-in-the-blank Friday. Lindsey Hunter sitting in the chair for us. You having some fun?
Absolutely.
All right. We are going to have some fun now. Hit the music there, JB. It is fill-in-the-blank Friday. Maz?
Let's go. Let's do it. Lindsey's first go-around on fill-in-the-blank Friday. Let's go to Ryan first. Here we go.
Okay.
The most telling stat for the Lions this week, and whether they're going to win or lose, will be...
This is going to be simplistic, but it's the turnover battle. I mean, it is. And in the 5 wins that the Lions have had, they have won the turnover battle. In their 7 losses, they have lost the turnover battle 5 of those 7 times. They have tied the turnover battle once, and they actually won the turnover battle in 1 game that they lost. And you know what game that was? Buffalo.
Yeah.
And they should have won that game.
Yes, they should have.
They shot themselves in the foot.
Many times.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say turnovers, but I'm gonna change it. And I don't want to say the same thing. So I'm gonna say, who wins the line of scrimmage?
All right.
Who dominates? Yeah, who dominates the line of scrimmage? If the offensive line dominates, then I think the Lions win.
Here's what I'm gonna say. It's not really a stat. Well, kind of it is. Do not get in a close game with Minnesota, because in every close game they played, they have won. Yes. The 2 games they lost, Dallas and Philly, were blowouts.
Right.
Okay? So do not play a tight game with the Vikings. Get out early and keep them at bay. Win by 10 points or more.
Yeah,
Let's go to question number 2.
It wasn't a stat either.
Pop it up on there, Fletch. Here we go. Question number 2. The name everyone will be talking about after the Lions game is going to be who, Lindsey?
DeAndre Swift.
Ooh. Oh, why is that?
Because I think he'll have a lot of catches out of the backfield, and I think he'll run the ball as well.
How many yards?
He had 18. He had 18 possessions last game. Yep. I think he'll get a little more because he's healthy now.
You think he's over 100 yards?
I think he'll combine for over 100.
Okay, good to know. Any touchdowns?
Hopefully one.
Okay. Ryan, who's your guy?
Jameson Williams.
Really?
Jameson Williams. I think everybody's going to be talking about this guy. I think they're going to get him the ball. I think defensively for the Vikings, who are you going to focus on? Amon-Ra St. Brown, who will also be a player that everybody's talking about after this game. But I think in the red zone specifically, they're going to take a look at Jameson Williams. And I think after a game under his belt, most people, everybody going to be talking about number 9. And I'm talking Jameson Williams after this one.
I got a number for you. Number 1. Jeff Okudah is my guy. He's going to shadow Justin Jefferson. He's going to ruin my fantasy football year because I got JJ on my team. But you heard Paul Allen, the Vikings voice yesterday, speak highly of this kid, Jeff Okudah. Former number 1 pick from a horrible regime and never given a chance to really get out there. And then gets his Achilles injured. Comes back, fights his way back onto this team in less than a year. He's back on the field, and he is a beast. He is physical, he is strong, and he is ornery right now. And he has got Justin Jefferson on his mind. And I think Jeff Okudah is going to be the number and name that everyone is talking about at the end of this game.
Very good.
What do you think of Okudah, buddy?
I
know you love him.
I love Jeff Okudah. I think, and I told you about it. I hate to say I told you, but let's say this. That's a player that I was really rooting for because he was injured. It's not his fault where he was picked. Right? He's not going to unpick himself. right? And the previous regime picked him number 3 and passed on Tua, passed on Herbert. It's not Okudah's fault. He gets a bad rap. He's considered a bust for his first 2 seasons. He worked his tail off to become a player. Many people didn't even think he'd be a starter, let alone even make the team.
Remember what we said at the beginning of the year? We just hope we can get something out of Jeff Okudah.
He's playing.
We hope he could be just okay as a player.
Pro Bowl caliber football.
Yes, he is.
Pro Bowl caliber football.
Congratulations. We finally got something from that regime. I know we got a couple other players too, but it's good that Jeff Okudah's name is being talked about and being bantered about. So let's move on to question number 3. Go a little college football for you. Besides the college football playoff game, the bowl game you're most excited for is which one, Ryan?
Easy. Rose Bowl. It's Penn State, it's Utah, it's the Rose Bowl. Because
you stole mine, but that's okay.
Well, I think it could be all of ours. But what does that say about what the college football bowl season has become? And I don't even know if the Rose Bowl even matters anymore because these bowl games don't matter anymore. The only thing you point to is the college football playoff. Hell, last year in the Rose Bowl, Jackson Smith and Jigba had a huge game because Olave didn't play. Garrett Wilson didn't play. Nobody plays in the Rose Bowl anymore. But this is a game I'm looking forward to.
I'm not looking forward to any of them.
There you go.
That's good.
There you go.
I want to see the college playoffs.
The toilet bowl? You're looking for the toilet bowl?
Yeah, the toilet bowl. That's the one I was looking for. Remember the Blue Bonnet Bowl?
Of course. The Astro Blue Bonnet Bowl on New Year's Eve. How do you forget that? In the Astrodome.
Yep.
I loved it. Hey, Ryan, as far as the Rose Bowl goes, I truly believe that Utah will run Penn State right out of Pasadena. I'd make them my best bet of the entire bowl season. I don't know what the spread is. I'm sure we could look it up.
How much do you think they're going to win by?
They're going to win by 21.
I think they're going to win by 42. I'll double whatever you say. Utah is more of a Big Ten team than 90% of the Big Ten teams in the conference.
I love that team. I like that quarterback. I like their coach. I just like everything about that. The Utes.
Can't compete with
Scott Mitchell's alma mater.
I hope Penn State wins because it makes everything look better in the Big Ten. They're not even going to be able to compete with Utah.
I also look forward to the Quick Lane Bowl because it's right here. It's on Monday after after Christmas, and I'll take the kids and go to the Quick Lane Bowl downtown in Ford Field. Go watch Bowling Green. I went to a Bowling Green home game this year. My buddy Pete Spivak, that's his school, so I go support them with them, and they're playing, what are they playing? New Mexico State. They couldn't even get a Big Ten school in there. If Michigan State would have won one more game, they would have stuck them at Ford Field, but it just didn't work out. And so the Quick Lane Bowl here in Detroit, I like supporting our bowl games. I know Terry went to the Cherry Bowl back in the day. All right, let's do a little basketball for you. Our favorite guy from our lottery pick, Cade Cunningham. Yes, he's had a hard year this year, injured. Cade Cunningham will play in blank all-star games in his career, Lindsey.
I'll say 8.
8?
Wow.
8. Yeah. He's that good.
Wow.
He'll play in 8. Yeah, in the East.
What do you like about his game?
I just like his overall game. I think he does everything well with his size and his scoring ability. I think he has a chance to, barring injuries or anything like that, I think he has to be a consistent all-star. I think he can do that.
I like it. I do anticipate the Detroit Pistons to compete for championships. I do with this group.
When? How long?
3 years.
Woo.
3 to 4 years.
That's fast. How old will Cade be then?
Well, this will be young.
He'll still be like 23 years old.
In 4 years, it'll be his 6th year in the league.
Yeah,
so I think year 6, year 7.
I don't competing for a championship that young. Not many people have done that. Not many people have done that. Not even the Greek Freak.
Yeah.
I think what he was 27, 26. He was young.
Who were we talking about the other day that could turn the team around?
Wambe or Yambe or what?
Victor Wambe.
Victor Wambe.
Okay, so if they get Victor Wambe,
that changes things.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's part of it. That's part of it.
You didn't say that.
Oh, that's part of it.
You never know, man.
They're gonna have to get
lottery.
They're gonna have to get lucky, and they're gonna have to, sign some free agents, right? I mean,
but you get that kid. You don't have to do much more.
Right. How many games did you pick? I didn't hear you. How many games? How many All-Star games?
I'm gonna say 4.
You going with 4?
Yeah.
That's all.
He said 8. I'll go 6. Because I'll go right in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I don't think he's an all-star for about probably 4 years.
Think it'll take him that long to be an all-star? So you said we'll compete for a championship in how many years?
4. 3 to 4.
3 to 4, and then he'll be an all-star.
We'll 3 to 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense. Under the radar. I don't freaking know. I'm just throwing stuff out here.
Makes sense.
Hey, last fill in the blank for today. We'll keep it basketball because our next subject is going to have to do with basketball and coaching. We're going to talk about the head coach of the Detroit Pistons right now. Dwayne Casey, blank B, the Pistons head coach next season. Go ahead, Lindsey.
No.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Go ahead.
Will not be the head coach next year.
Why not?
I think, look, and I've been saying this for a long time. I love Dwayne Casey. This is not about Dwayne Casey. He's a gentleman. He's very good for the organization. But I just think when you have the second youngest or second youngest team in the NBA, I do think an age gap matters a little bit in relating to the players. And I just don't feel, and again, maybe I'm totally off board here, but I just don't feel like these guys are, and maybe it's just a matter of they're so young, I just don't feel like they're getting a ton better. Or even, I guess Killian Hayes is getting better, but he's so inconsistent, and he was so bad that there was really not a really much
it's not
lower
his fault he was
go.
drafted 7th overall.
Well,
he probably shouldn't have been drafted 7th overall.
I don't know. I feel like Dwayne Casey is uninspiring for these younger guys. I just feel like it's an uninspired.
Lindsey, fill in the blank.
Okay. No, I think he will be back. Because this is a young team. We don't know if Cade's going to play the rest of the season. So, did he have a good shot to make progress?
I don't know. That's another thing. It's almost like a no-win situation for him.
Yeah,
you know,
a tough situation because you got a young team.
Right.
Nobody's expecting you to be in a playoff hunt. You know, but everybody wants to see progress.
Right.
You know, it's
my fill in the blank is easy. He's not. He's not going to be here next year. He's just not. He's
Thanks,
not.
Mast.
No, he former coach of the year with Toronto. My hat's off to him. You know, he coaches better than me, that's for sure. I don't know if he's coaching better than you, though. Maybe Lindsey Hunter will be the next head coach of the Pistons, but we'll find out.
But Toronto, think about it. They had 2 guys that won coach of the year that got fired, didn't they?
Terry Foster's in the room. Tell me, I don't like that hat you got on, though. Oh, my gosh. Can you get Terry a mic? You got a microphone?
Yeah, let's
Terry,
get
can you
Terry.
come up here?
Yep, you got to get in the center.
I'm going to take a break. I'm going to ask Terry about this next. But first, a message from Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts, have been for over 90 years. When you see that black and yellow sign out in front of the house, tells the bad guys one thing: stay out. Whether you are at home or on the road, their 24/7 local monitoring makes sure what is important to you stays safe. Call that number right there, 1-800-STAY-OUT. That number again, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Call them today. Let them know Woodward Sports sent you. We're going to talk to T-Foss.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuffa Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
It's big boy time, everybody.
Big boy.
Winter time in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf or Cajun chicken Alfredo. When we going back to Big Boy. How about breakfast? I love breakfast. The stuffed potato pancakes are back. I think Stick had those the other day. He loved them. The Lumberjack,
did have those.
The Santa Fe Garden or Blockbuster. Make sure you stop by your local Big Boy today.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, JB, what's going on with you?
What's up, Ryan? Nothing much. I'm just here to talk to you guys about the Monroe Street Midway. They have swapped out the roller skating, the basketball, the mini golf for the winter bumper cars, that indoor arcade. I told you yesterday about it. Punk Putt. You guys got to go check this out. Look, free entry into the site, which might I say, you'll have an amazing experience. You'll enjoy every part of it. You can also check out the Arctic Slide. They have a blast.
Arctic Slide?
Yes,
Ooh,
the Arctic
what's that?
Slide. It's not like the Belle Isle Slide. Let me tell you that right now. Let me get that out of the way. But look, ride an inner tube down a 20-foot high, 8-foot long slide brought to you by Come Play Detroit. Of course, it is free, but riders have to be at least 42 inches tall. Ryan, are you 42 inches tall?
I don't know anything about that.
Maz, are you 42 inches tall? Can you ride that as well?
Maz might not be 42 inches tall.
I hope not.
That's okay, Maz. We'll get you some stilts on your shoes.
We'll get you some stilts. We'll hook you up, Maz. We'll hook you up, Maz. But if not, they always have food down there for you guys. They got some warm, tasty treats. They're serving up burgers, pierogies, homemade chili chicken sandwiches, the mac and cheese bites. I don't know about you.
Mac and cheese bites?
I know, those mac and cheese bites sound pretty good.
Get some tonight.
Yeah. And look, I'm going to let you in on something. Someone told me that Santa is going to be down there.
Santa Claus?
Yeah. SC is going to be down there. So you might want to check that out. But if that doesn't interest you, you can always hang out with the Woodward Sports crew with the Woodward Sports Winter Olympics.
What?
Yeah, you'll be able to compete with guys like Darren McCarty, Braylon Edwards, Adam Baydoun, Ryan Ermanni, Maz himself, and of course, can't forget about the heavyweights, my boys, later on today. So come and hang out with us at the Monroe Street Midway, or you can always check them out at deckedoutdetroit.com for more information.
I'll be there
Oh,
tonight.
heck yeah, you'll be there tonight,
With
man.
the ladies, I'm their chauffeur.
Oh my gosh, that's so great. Hey, by the way, we got
50-year-olds.
We got Terry Foster in the house. Thanks for hanging out with us, T.
No
Foster.
problem. I've already been down there 3 times.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It is fun.
Yeah.
Right.
You mentioned the Woodward Sports Olympics. I will have all of you know.
Oh, the basketball. Here we go.
Well, no, not only can I shoot the basketball at the Midway, this was some years ago. Take a look at the Palace.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. And watch Rick Mahorn here. I'm in Rick Mahorn's face. He would. He wouldn't have none of it. Rick Mahorn's like.
Hey, your foot was on the line, though.
Yeah, oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it was clearly on the line.
Speaking of
That was a
3-pointers and Rick Mahorn, I talked to Rick Mahorn, and they said people like Rick couldn't play in today's game because he's big guy, big butt that played a lot inside.
Right.
And he said, oh, no, I could have played today. He says, you know what I've been doing? I would have been practicing 3-point shots every practice. He said, I would be a 3-point shooter in today's game.
No, he wouldn't.
That's what he said.
I know
now,
he said
He
that.
said, I'm not going to shoot 39%, but I bet you I hit 33%.
And he would not be doing that. That's 33% is not acceptable. So
Okay.
he still could play, though. He could play in today's game.
Well,
because
you had that discussion with Rick.
yeah, I will.
All right.
He could play in today's game because you always need a bruiser and a rebounder. And
He said he
somebody-
would adjust to be more than a bruiser.
Yeah, see, that's where he went wrong.
Hey, Terry, we were just doing fill in the blank Friday question. And it was a question about Dwayne Casey. Will he or will he not be the head coach next year? What do you make of Dwayne Casey and the job he's been doing? And will he be back next year, do you believe?
For game 1 or game 50?
Oh,
Either.
He will be there for game 1.
Okay.
Game 50, I don't know. We'll see.
Why do you say that?
I say I think he's a very fine coach. And Lindsey has got to be coy because he's probably in negotiations to take over as head coach. So he can't say too much. But my thing with Dwayne Casey, I think there is a generation gap. He is your grandfather. He's a guy that Martha Ford would love to be as her head coach. But he's nice.
Mm-hmm.
He's gentlemanly. He treats the players like gentlemen. But I'm wondering if his message is being reached by players.
And that's just kind of where I was at. And again, it's just my opinion about it. That's not from a position of authority or anything like that, but I just feel like today's athlete, and for as young as these guys are, and no offense to Dwayne Casey, again, I feel bad talking about him because he's such a nice guy, but he's not Greg Popovich. He does not have that cachet of a Greg Popovich that's got 5 championships that you're coming with, or a Phil Jackson that's now he was even run out of town. Phil Jackson, he ran himself out of town. But it's not one of those. Even Larry Brown, who's won a championship, he's never won a championship, so you don't come to the party with all of this cachet. Coach of the year, sure, but. I just think that age gap is so significant in today's basketball, for any sport, really. I mean, look at the NFL with these guys. You got 25-year-olds coaching in the NFL.
I think he could work with his team if he was a little bit more fiery. I think whether it's on the head coaching position or a player in the locker room, I think they need a son of a bitch in that locker room. Because, one, they don't play defense. And there's no urgency to play defense. I just know Ben Wallace, now and then, yes, he was a great defensive player, but you know what else he did? when he thought the Pistons weren't playing defense, he'd go off on them and said, "This is not acceptable. We got to do better than this. What's y'all's problem?" I don't think the Pistons have that guy, although I've talked to people who claim that Isaiah Stewart could be that guy. But I think they need somebody to light a fire on them because there's no urgency with this team. They're talented, but not on the defensive end. They're not.
Listen, I just got this. I know you guys all love Larry Brown, right? I know Lindsey does. Larry Brown is stepping away from his relationship with the Penny Hardaway Memphis staff. He was a special advisor.
We just talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, we just talked about it. He's stepping away with health issues.
Well, that's a big surprise.
Yeah, Larry Brown. No, he said health issues.
No, he is a Rolling Stone.
No, he loves coaching, man.
Yeah,
I know, but he
loves
coaching somewhere else.
No, well, you know that too. But
right.
I've seen the guy catch kids in the gym and go grab them and start teaching them how to pivot. And I'm like, what is he doing?
Right.
He loves coaching. I mean, he does.
And Lindsey, what were you saying in back with us today about coaching? Because you have coached. Obviously, you coached at Mississippi Valley State,
Right.
Buffalo,
Awful.
Phoenix, Golden State. You've been everywhere.
Right.
And you still want to coach. Well, what do you say about the young kids coming up today?
Oh, well, you know, it's just basketball, especially at the young age, is just fundamentally broken. It's so bad. Kids that are – I just remember going back when I was taught certain things in basketball that I didn't have to be retaught in middle school or in high school. And it just seems like our system is like broken at the bottom, you know, where you watch sports like soccer. The younger kids are so fundamentally sound in soccer. It's crazy. Baseball, the young kids are absolutely fundamentally sound.
So when you take over the Pistons, are you going to have a fundamental camp? Is that what you're going to start doing?
Well, we're already having fundamental camps.
Lindsey, are you surprised by that too because of how much of one sport everybody's playing these days?
And that's the surprising thing, because you have more specialized kids at young ages now. You know, kids are one sport athletes, you know, at 9. So, you know, it's just shocking that in basketball, our fundamentals are lost. But you watch these other sports. I know soccer is the #1 youth sport, but their fundamentals are phenomenal.
I want to talk more about this and where the kids are these days. Terry, feel free to stick around. We'd love to have you.
All right, buddy. As long as you like my hat.
Well, that hat, yes. The Michigan State hat, no. But first, a message from Custom Health Centers. Get your customized approach to weight loss. Think of all the ways that weight affects your health mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. I'd like to believe that I'm one of the 20,000 plus success stories at Custom Health Centers. They've helped so many. We talked about Rick Mahorn. They've helped him. Eddie Murray, Lions kicker. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason at Custom Health, 844-789-THIN. That number again, 844-789-THIN.
Then
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
What the heck was that?
Looking to buy or sell your home, whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Mike Phillips at 313-403-0011. One more time, that is 313-403-0011. Mike Phillips, game on.
Welcome back. WoodwardSports.com, Fox2Detroit.com if you're watching live. Braylon Edwards will join us in the next segment. Lindsey Hunter at the desk with us, filling in. He's been here all week, and can't thank him enough. We got Terry Foster in the house too. A little, what do they call that? What do we used to call that back in the little crossover talk?
Crosstalk.
This is a kid over here.
Right, little
don't know any
crosstalk.
better.
What do the kids used to? The grown-ups used to say the crosstalk.
Now, since I'm over here, am I allowed to get Lindsey in trouble?
Sure.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yes.
no, you're not.
That's why you're here.
No, you're not.
That's why you're here.
Oh, okay, all right, thank you. Well, obviously, when Lindsey was a fine player for the Pistons, I used to call him the, what I used to call he's the pit bull.
Right,
but anyway, your coach, Doug Collins, was a little bit nuts.
You think?
And
A little bit?
here's what I got in trouble. When they were winning 50 games, I'm saying, I was writing, you got to get Doug Collins out of here. Because somebody is going to kill him. One of these players is going to wrap their hands around his neck and murder him.
Oh God!
So,
Is that why coaches don't like that? Don't work. I mean, they didn't work 25 years ago, 30 years ago. They certainly you can't do that.
Do you know
today.
who Doug Collins should be? He should be Phil Jackson.
Yeah,
because he had Michael Jordan. He had
had
Scottie
that at the
Pippen. He was on the ground floor, but he was so crazy that Mike was like, I can't stand this guy. We gotta get rid of him. So they got Phil Jackson.
It's incredible.
Right. He should have been Phil Jackson.
You're
We
right.
went from that high energy guy to that.
No. There was more than high energy. What's his name? Scott Pollard.
Yes.
That was on your team. Scott Pollard was on you told me the story. He was on an elliptical machine or something, and he got off, and he mistakenly kicked out Doug Collins. Doug Collins was on the bike.
Yeah.
And he unplugged it by mistake.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, so it did happen. Oh.
Yeah,
So
that
anyway,
did happen.
Doug Collins went off on Scott Pollard. Scott, what the bleep is wrong with you? I'm over here doing my workout, and you over knock my stuff out, blah, blah, blah. And it was profanity and stuff.
Oh,
so Scott Pollard was, I apologize, Coach, but he just kept going off on him. And it was instances like that while he's not the coach of the Pistons.
It's crazy.
So,
I always bring up that I closed out a press conference one time. I forgot who the Pistons were playing, and I raised my hand. It was my turn to ask a question. Doug Collins was there, and I'm like, how come you're not playing Stacey Augmon, Coach? And he just looked at me, and he just slammed his papers down, and he walked out.
See, he didn't know the backstory.
I didn't know the backstory.
Uh-huh.
And Lindsey filled me in on the backstory, which, go ahead, Lindsey.
With ice.
With ice. So, we're in practice one day, and Doug called him Ice. Ice, where would you like the ball? And Ice was like, my name's Stacy. I can't call you Ice. And from there, it went all downhill.
Oh, my God.
There were threats. It was crazy.
Stacy was going to kill him.
They were lining up to kill him.
So the other instance was with Terry Mills.
Oh, yeah. T. Mills. Nicest man in the world. Nobody's nicer than T. Mills, including Lindsey.
Yeah, Terry's a really nice guy. But Terry, we huddled up and
During a game.
Yeah, Terry looked at him and was like, if we were outside and you yelled at me that way, I would fight you. And everybody was like, whoa.
How long did Doug Collins even last here?
Was he 3 years?
Yeah.
Wow. He should have been here for like 10 years. But
he's a good coach.
Yeah, he is.
No, James is really smart.
Now, I heard the story from Terry, who said it slightly different. He said, the only reason I'm not kicking your ass right now is because of a paycheck.
Yeah, he said that too. But you know who his arch nemesis was?
Otis Thorpe.
Ah, bingo!
Oh, my God.
Why did he like Otis Thorpe? Dude, they despised each other.
Mm-hmm. That's how we got Darko. We traded Otis Thorpe and got that pick.
Dude,
am I wrong on
the
that?
Vancouver Grizzlies.
Not Vancouver. I think it was the Sacramento.
Listen to this story. So Doug would go in the steam room, and so they had this stuff, this eucalyptus spray. You would spray in the steam room, and kind of open your pores up your sinus. So Otis hated it. It burned his eyes. So one day, Doug went in there and sprayed a bunch of it because he knew Otis was coming in.
Oh my God.
So Doug walks out and was like, I sprayed a bunch of eucalyptus in there, burn Otis' eye.
Oh my God.
Otis goes in, was like, Doug's been in here. Dude, it was crazy.
Oh my God.
They did things to annoy each other. Yeah. So Doug tried to show Otis how to shoot free throws one time. I was like, Otis, you need to line the lines up, with your fingers. Otis purposely turned the ball sideways and put the seams the wrong way and would shoot it just to get on Doug's.
Yeah. That's not a healthy relationship.
It wasn't healthy at all, man. It wasn't healthy at all.
I talked to his agent, Phyllis Freed, every week because she would bitch about Doug Collins because Otis was telling her stuff about how he hated him, and then she would relay it to me. So that's how I knew. And then the wife and I was on honeymoon. We went to Maui for our honeymoon. Lo and behold, we stayed at the same hotel as Otis Thorpe.
Get out of here.
So I'm like, someone said, yeah, you from Detroit? He says, yeah, there's another dude from Detroit here. I said, who's that? Otis Thorpe. I said, oh, shoot. I don't want to talk to him. He's probably, I just thought Otis hated everything.
No, man.
But I didn't realize he just hated Doug Collins. So I'm like, I'm not approaching this brother and getting cussed out. So I ran into him. He was very cordial, very nice.
Very
I'm
nice
like,
dude, man.
So this is not Otis. And so we sat down, and this dude, man, I don't know why I brought his name up, about a Doug Collins name.
Oh.
Man, he went off.
Really?
Hate this mother. Believe it, and he just,
wow.
Then he was cool later after we dropped the Doug Collins stuff. But
Hey, Ken Brown on the chat, our man KB from the Mitch Album Show. He wanted to know about Allen Houston. You guys come in together, 1A, 1 and 1A. How are he and Doug Collins getting along? Allen Houston and Doug Collins.
Well, think about how mild-mannered Allen is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But Doug, Doug's high-strung more, and that just didn't mix because Doug never thought Allen was into it. Like, you're not giving me, what I need, Allen. It just was a bad mix.
What was it like coming? I don't know if I've ever talked to you about coming in with Allen Houston. Like what that was like for you both. Did you guys get along? Did you guys feel like a little bit of rivalries?
Oh, definitely. We got along because we had met earlier at the Final Four. And we competed against each other in the three-point shootout. So we actually got to be cool hanging out at the Final Four. So it was cool for us. We moved right next door to each other.
Right?
Yeah, so we did
awesome.
everything together.
He wanted to stay here.
Oh, yeah, he wanted to stay really bad. Yeah, I was at his house the day that $45 million was offered to him.
Well, Pistons lowballed him.
Yeah, I was right there, man. I was like, hey, man, nice knowing you. I'll see you later.
Off to New York he went.
Yeah, man.
Not that anybody's gonna, raise their nose up at $45 million, but
that was the initial offer.
Yeah, well,
he ended up getting 56.
It's probably 45 per year for a guy like Allen Houston
today?
now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Isn't that something?
Lindsey, what are you making today?
Oh, not enough.
In
today's game?
If you were playing today.
Oh, well, think about this. What is the guy that signed with the Lakers?
Pat
Bev was making 16 a year.
So you're making about 25 million a year. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
You're making about 25 million.
Pat Bev's shooting 23% from the three-point line.
$25 million a year.
That's less than what Rick Mahorn would be shooting.
Oh my God. We're gonna get Braylon on. Is Braylon there? Oh, Braylon's there. All right, we're going to take a break. Come right back. We'll have Braylon Edwards with us. But first, a message from Moneyball.
Yep, that's right. Moneyball. Check out Moneyball Sportswear. It's your one-stop shop. Whether you want the latest in athletic apparel or you just need new uniforms for your team, Moneyball has it all. Stop in the Moneyball showroom in Southfield and experience the only way to ball, or check them out at moneyballsportswear.com.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A-Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A-Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
With the holiday season here, Swiss Insurance wants to remind you to insure those gifts of jewelry and collectibles. In the last 2 weeks, Swiss has saved its clients an average of 26% of their insurance premiums while increasing coverages. Now, that's a lot of money to free up for the holiday season.
A lot of money.
And remember, happy holidays from Swiss, and always, go Pistons.
Go Pistons. Welcome back, WoodwardSports.com, Fox2Detroit.com. We are having some fun here on a Friday. Just shoot the breeze, basically. Braylon's been out this week on business, traveling, and we've got Lindsey Hunter in the house. Terry Foster is here. Kind of a locker room feel here on a Friday. Tom Mazawey, Fletch, JB. Let's bring the big guy in right now. My God, Braylon Edwards. Hello, Braylon.
What up, Bray?
Bray, what up?
So I've been gone 1 to 2 days, and you replaced me with another number one. Man, you lucky, Lindsey. A guy that I love.
What's up, brother? How you doing? We lose.
We just lost.
You know what? He don't want to hear my question.
Oh, there he is. No, he's back
take
now.
off
He's
that
back.
Michigan stuff and dress like a normal human being. I know you're happy, but damn.
Hey, look. Hey, Terry. You know what it is? I'm in California. I had to plant the flag early and let these jokers know we will be back January 9th. The claim was right beyond the SoFi Stadium. So I just started early, okay?
Why can't you wear some khakis and a sweater or something?
Hey, Bray, were you at SoFi last night? Were you at SoFi rooting Baker Mayfield on last night?
I was not at SoFi last night, but I got to see your son, Baker Mayfield, have a hell of a game. You know what, Matt? Before we go into the game, I got to say it was a feel-good story. It was great. Baker Mayfield's been through a lot in the last 3 years. So to see him have that moment, kind of break down at the end of the game, get that win, you know what, I was happy for Baker Mayfield. You always want to see athletes have success, so I was happy.
Right.
Braylon, I feel like I need your opinion on a number of different topics, so I'm going to go a little rapid fire real quick.
Is this
with
a fill in the blank with Braylon?
Well, yes and no. Braylon.
Why am I nervous on this side of the call?
Because you feel it, right? This is your show. You feel like a guest in that box.
I got one question for you. I got one question for you.
I'm two Joes and a pro.
Bray, do you have the air conditioner on where you're at?
You know what? I had it on, but just for you, I turned it off. So I turned it off.
Braylon Edwards, Heisman.
I'm burning up. This jacket's coming off.
Heisman Trophy Award on Saturday night. Who wins and why?
Caleb Williams, I think Caleb Williams, because of the name, because of USC, because of the cachet, because of what he did, and like you talked about, on one leg and how he played. You know, if he had two legs, maybe they would have gotten it done. I just don't think you can give it to anybody else. You can't get this because anybody else would be by default. If you give it to C.J. Stroud and how he played in the Michigan game, that would be disrespectful to the award. Max Duggan, he had a hell of a year. He's somebody that could, but you know what? He lost in the Big 12 championship. I mean, that's the biggest stage for them. He lost. Can't give it to him. And then you look at Stetson Bennett. I mean, he's undefeated in 2 years. You have every right, but nobody mentioned Stetson Bennett until the last week or so. So I think by default, you give it to Caleb Williams and what he did in the last 5 games of the season.
How about this? Stetson Bennett shouldn't even be there.
I agree 100%. But you know what, Ryan? You talked about this on Monday. You look at the guys that are there, all their teams are in the college football playoff. You know what this is.
Yeah, all of them except one, and he, if they win, he's in. I mean, it's four quarterbacks, three teams, three of those teams in the college football playoff. Get to the pro game here, Braylon. The sexy pick. The sexy story all week long has been the Detroit Lions. Dan Orlovsky says they're going to win out. We talked about that on Monday a little bit. Where are you this week with all the Lions excitement that's going on?
I just want to know where Dan Orlovsky and all those guys from ESPN were for the last 7 weeks when the Detroit Lions were really, really struggling. I'm good with it. I think the Detroit Lions have a real shot to win the rest of these games. They got 2 games that they really need to focus on, and those games are the Minnesota Vikings this week and the New York Jets the following week. Mass calls, they split with the Minnesota Vikings every year. You know, you're looking at Kirk Cousins. He will always give you one. Hopefully this is the one. So go out there. You know this team. You had them beat by 14 in the fourth quarter about 7-8 weeks ago. You know you can beat this team, Detroit Lions. Just go out there and do it. Don't change anything that you've been doing. You've been playing disciplined football. You haven't been turning the ball over to Jared Goff, running backs, etc. You've been blocking at the point of attack. You've been physical, and your young guys have stepped up. Don't change anything. Just go there, same game plan. I think you've got a really good shot to beat the Minnesota Vikings.
Hey, Bray, I got one for you on Odell Beckham. Word is, obviously, we talked about it earlier in the week, that Dallas didn't like the way his knee looked, and they kind of put the word out. Now all of a sudden he comes out and says, listen, I don't want to play in the regular season anyway. I just want to go and play in the playoffs. Do you think he will be able to do that? And you, as a former All-Pro yourself, what's your take on just playing in a playoff game?
I think it's going to be tough because, you know, you talked about Jameson Williams last week, starting to get those repetitions, going out there, going through pregame warm-up, getting a couple reps during the game, getting in practice, getting to competition. You know, you're building that up. That's the same thing with Odell. Him not being able to do that. And keep in mind, this is his second ACL in the last 2.5 years. So I think I would be right with Jerry Jones. You know what? You got to play in order to know that he'll be there for the playoffs. So I don't think it'd be very smart to just assign a guy and hope that he's going to make it because of what he did last year in the playoffs. It's a very smart decision to pass on Odell Beckham right now. That was the big thing. How is his knee going to look? How is his knee going to respond? If his knee's not there now, then his knee's not going to be there in January because you need to get some game going before you get to February in the Super Bowl, if that's the end game.
If you were a team, would you sign him knowing he wants a 2-year deal anyway? You bring him back next year healthy.
If I'm which team?
Any team.
Yeah, if depending on certain amount of teams there. People can use Odell for his leadership, the skills that he possesses, what he has, and then once he is healthy, he'll be able to help you out down the line. But if I'm one of these championship teams like Dallas, Buffalo, or Kansas City, the teams that were thinking about getting him now, the New York Giants would probably be the only team, if I was head coach up, that I would actually pick up Odell because I think it's bigger than just this year and the playoffs. It goes into next year and the following year. So if I'm the Giants, yes. Anybody else, I may have to take the flyer and wait on it.
I totally agree. Giants are the pick here for me.
Hey, Bray, speaking of the Giants, that's one of the games that we're going to be picking next. You're going to sit tight with us? We got some games to pick, baby. We are on fire.
I miss you guys, man. I'm not going anywhere. I got a couple questions for Lindsey, man. You know what I'm saying? As an individual that's a Jackson State alum, I got some questions for him.
All right, we'll hit those next as well. Sit tight. We'll be back. But first, a message from SMA.
Am I going to read?
You want to do it? Go ahead. Do it.
You're doing it all. Oh, man. SMA, the sports marketing agency, is here to prevent mental health as well as substance abuse disorder. Their podcast, the S Word, and the S stands for stigma because they're trying to destigmatize mental health and substance abuse. Go to their website, thesportsma.com. TheSportsMA. Sean Jordan does an amazing job of giving you the content, providing conversation, and allowing you to not be okay and that to be okay. Go to thesportsma.com.
Oh yeah,
what a pro.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Okuda gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports' Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes.
Woodward Sports loves their lobster.
Lobster.
We know you do as well. What better way to get your fix other than Cousins Maine Lobster? CousinsMaineLobster.com. With 2 trucks rolling around Detroit, you can be sure to find the best lobster rolls, lobster tots, and lobster tacos to power you through today. I had the lobster mac and cheese and that lobster grilled cheese.
You did.
Outstanding. The bisque. Outstanding. Lobster bisque. Gotta get it. Go to CousinsMaineLobster.com and find that truck schedule.
Oh, it's so good. Such a great thing. What a Friday we're having. Ryan Ermanni, Terry Foster, Lindsey Hunter, Tom Mazawey, Braylon Edwards. Oh, look at this guy. Wardrobe change already. Look at this guy. Hey, Bray, what's happening, man?
Nothing too much, man. Just out here with these 4-hour doctor's appointments that are driving me crazy. Sitting in the hotel looking at these 4 walls. But other than that, I am enjoying some sunshine. I can see through your window that you got.
Dude, there's nothing out here, bud.
You're missing
There's nothing out here. It's just cold and gray, buddy.
Night golf.
I saw that
last night.
We got a video of you playing.
Fun, man.
Look at this.
It was at Heatherwood Country Club. I think Tiger started playing there when he was a kid. It's a par 3 course, 18 holes, and you guys can't hear the music, but it's Christmas music blasting. You can barely see, but guess what?
This thing is dead center.
Like, think. Right
Dead center. Dead center.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Bray, you said you
blowing the dark balls.
Bray, you had some questions for Lindsey.
Being an alum of Jackson State, what do you think about Deion's time there, his 3 years there, and him leaving? A lot of people have a lot of negative things to say, but I want to get from somebody like you that went to the HBCU. What do you think about it?
Well, people are hurt because kind of the way he left. I don't have a problem with him. He's making $5 million a year compared to $300,000. I mean, what can you say? And he did a lot for Jackson State. He brought in sponsorships, dollars that had never been seen before at that school. So, got them talking about building a new stadium. He built a new practice. I mean, he's done an unbelievable job. So I think you thank him, and you let him do what he's doing. He's trying to move up in the coaching ranks, and he's done that. It's not a big deal to me. When you're coaching, you coach to be the best, and you coach to get better, and that's what he's doing.
Are you sure he got paid?
Huh?
Are you sure he got paid?
No, I'm not sure, but he was supposed to get paid.
Okay, all right. Now I'm talking about Jackson State.
He was supposed to get paid. Now, who knows if that happened or not?
I definitely agree with you on that. I think at the end of the day, he said when he went there, he said he had a plan. His plan was to build Jackson State up and
right.
Shed some light on HBCUs along with Stephen A. Smith. Can't take away anything that he's done in his pen, but he did that. He built those kids up. He built that system up. You saw him. He was out there, man. The national brand down there at Jackson State. There's only so much you can do at Jackson State. The ceiling is only so high, and in order to keep pushing the needle forward, I think you got to make the next move. So I don't have a problem with it as either.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. But you got to understand some of the mindsets at HBCUs. Like, a lot of people thought that he was selling dreams to the kids. Like, hey, you can come to HBCU and get to the league. You don't have to go to the PWIs. And then you go to a PWI. So that's how some people look at it. Like, you sold the kids these dreams and then you leave. I don't have a problem. Because, as a coach, you're selling a 10-year plan for your 1-year plan. As a coach, that's what they do. Every coach does that.
Isn't that what you do at Michigan?
That's what you do everywhere. Right.
Or at any, I mean, you tell a kid, you come here and then you take the job at Tennessee.
There you go.
The next year,
Or you recruit a kid and, if he's not what you thought he was, then there's another blue chipper coming.
Right. Yeah. So, it's all lies. It's all lies.
Right. One more question for Lindsey. Lindsey, you got 2 NBA championships. One, I believe, would have been 2003 to 04, and the second one would have been 2001-02. How were those different? Talk about how those championships were.
Well, the championship with the Lakers was different because of the dynamics of that team. We had 2 guys that, first ballot Hall of Famers who could, on any given night, take over a game. And it was fun, and I learned a lot, The second one, I think, because I was back home in Detroit and how that team was constructed, and we end up beating the Lakers, was the best for me. So, and just the dynamics of those teams. We were more family here in Detroit. L.A. was more, Hollywood glitz and glam, and guys had bodyguards, so it was a different feel.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
What was your bodyguard's name?
I didn't have one.
Oh, my God.
Don't need no bodyguard.
Right. Derek Fisher had one.
Did he really? Oh, I bet Derek Fisher had one. He needed one from... Yeah, he needed one. Who's this boy, Matt Barnes? Or not Matt Barnes?
Stop.
Hey, man, look, I read TMZ.
Yeah, you can't leave this guy Ronnie alone.
All right, guys, let's get to it. Hit the music, JB. Maz, let's get to the picks.
All right, here we go, gang.
JB Fletch, how you guys doing? I'm so sorry I didn't say hello to my guy. JB Fletch, what's going on? Miss you guys.
You guys can speak.
I'm doing good, Bray. I'm hope that you get home safe, and we'll see you soon.
I'm doing good, Braylon, as well. Have you seen Baker Mayfield out there yet?
Yeah, they're a little under the weather. They participated in Bourbon Day with me and Neil earlier, so they may not be speaking very much.
Under the weather. All right. Read our records. That's up to you. You know that.
Where do you see the records here? Let's go. The records. 53, 36, and 5. I'm on top. Maz, 50, 39, and 5. And then Braylon knocking on the door of 500, 44, 45, and 5.
All right, let's play ball. Let's start off with our hometown game.
How about Braylon goes first throughout all these? Braylon, you're going to go first throughout all these, okay?
Here we go. Vikings at the Lions.
Okay, sounds good.
Braylon, for the first time in the Super Bowl era, a 5-win team is favored over a 10-win team. The Lions giving 2 points to Minnesota. Who you got?
Detroit Lions, baby. Detroit Lions, baby.
That's a first.
He said that's a first.
That's a first.
I'm going to go with the Lions.
You had to show me first.
That's right.
I'm going to go with the Lions as well. Win, cover, easy one. I think it's even going to be an easy one.
Terry, who you got?
I'm going to jinx them. I'm going to go with the Lions, which means they have no shot at winning now.
You suck.
No, but every time people say the Lions are lockstep to win, they always lose that game.
Go ahead, Lindsey.
Wow. Well,
pressure.
I want the Lions to win, but because I have so many friends that are Lions fans, I got to go against them.
Got to go with the Vikings.
I gotta go
Lindsey
with
with
the
the Vikings.
I'm with the Lions here, man. Come on.
Lindsey might have saved us, actually, because a clean sweep Lions only means they lose.
That's right.
So you saved us.
All right, next game. Braylon, lead it off. It's the Jets, your former team, at the Buffalo Bills. Now, you know the Jets already beat Buffalo. Buffalo home for the first time since that snowstorm. They are favored by double digits, 10 points.
And they will win.
Who you got?
Jets, baby.
Oh!
Jets.
Jets. I'm going to go with the Bills.
Okay.
Bills. Feels like a good game there. Terry?
I don't like double-digit dogs. I'm going with the Jets. Jets, Jets.
Oh, Liz.
Bills, double digits.
Bills. Yeah, I hear you, Bray.
And the static didn't start until you started the music. See, like if the music goes down, it's the static stuff.
Oh, he said the music does something, the static does something.
Okay, so there you go.
There you go.
You better, Bray?
That's better?
Yeah, man, it's not freezing now.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm going to take the Jets and the points, but I need the Bills to win for my pool.
Fantasy.
For my pool. I got the Bills for my lock of the week this week, but I'm taking the Jets and the points. Eagles at the Giants. Giants getting 7 points at the Meadowlands. Braylon.
Giants.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going with the Giants, too. It's a principle. Division game at home. If you're getting points, that's principle for me. I take the Giants in the 7.
Terry.
I would normally do that, but it seems like the Eagles just take over a game at some point.
Right.
And the Giants are jive. Give me the Eagles.
Eagles.
Go ahead, Lindsey.
Man, Eagles, easy.
I hope so.
Not easy.
Okay, watch.
G-Men plus the 7. G-Men might upset the Eagles.
Yeah, Braylon's trying to make up some ground, he said.
Now, Bray, this is another one for you. Another one of your former teams. The Browns at the Bengals. Now, the Browns have beaten the Bengals, I think, 5 straight. Since he's at home, and they're only favored by 5.5. That magic number, 5.5. Who you got?
Side note, didn't I tell you that Deshaun Watson will return against the Bengals? I was off by 2 games.
You were.
Against Houston Texans, then the Bengals. I'm going with the Bengals.
Okay, Bengals at home.
I am going with the Browns, and it is my lock of the week.
Yeah.
Anytime a spread is 5.5, the team that's getting 5.5, it's almost a lock.
Okay.
I would say 90% of the time.
Last week, Brian?
What?
Did you see Deshaun last week?
Yeah, it looked terrible. That's why everybody's going to be picking the Bengals this week.
And in sports, you improve the most between the first and second game. I'm going Browns.
Lindsey?
Bengals, man. They got the MVP.
They do.
Hey, stick with the number 1, man.
This game smells from the get-go.
Wait a minute, I have a question for everybody. If the Vikings win the game against the Lions, is that an upset?
Yes.
It's still an upset, really.
Technically.
But
upset.
They're a favorite. They're a favorite.
It just seems weird to say that.
I know.
It is.
Maz, what's your pick?
I got the Browns. I got the Browns. All right, next game. It's the Jags at the Titans. The Titans are home. They're in first place, and they're only favored by 3.5 over Jacksonville. Who you have there, Bray?
That's a tough one. I'm going to go Jacksonville. I just don't like Ryan Tannehill, and they haven't really given the ball to deep. Like, what the hell is the purpose of having Derrick Henry? You're not going to run him in December.
They're going to run them this week.
I really like the Jags. I really like that pick, but I'm going to go with the Titans in lieu of just trying to gain a game here. I'm going to go with the Titans.
Terry?
Jags got mollywopped last week. It's the up-down theory.
Yeah.
Yep, I believe in it. I'm going Jags.
I like the Jags pick this week.
Titans, man. Titans.
I got the Jags, man.
Yeah.
Give me the Jags. They might even upset them this week.
I know.
You sticking with the Titans?
Right. I'm going to stick with the Titans just to pick up a game.
Here's one. The Ravens, without Lamar Jackson, Tyler Huntley starts at Pittsburgh. Steelers are 2-point favorites over the Ravens, that's a rarity. Braylon.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're up. Ravens at Steelers. Steelers are favored by 2. Who do you have?
Lindsey and Terry, I promise you I'm usually not this idiotic when I'm making bets, but I'm trying to make up some ground on these guys. I'm trying to think out of the realm of normality. I'm going to go with Tyler Huntley. We saw him last year in a couple games. He looked really good. He actually looked better than Lamar in those 2 games that he played. So I'm going to go Tyler Huntley and Ravens.
I agree with everything Braylon said. Ravens.
Yeah, Terry.
Yeah, I think the Ravens just need a quarterback who can run. It doesn't matter who it is. I'm going Ravens.
Lindsey.
Hey, everybody's picking the Ravens.
Go ahead then.
You can do it too.
I'm going Tomlin.
Steelers.
All right. I got Baltimore. Give me Baltimore. I love Tyler Huntley.
You do love Tyler Huntley.
Buccaneers this is the game of the day.
2 more to go.
Buccaneers at the 49ers. Lindsey's 49ers giving 3.5 with Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy at quarterback. Who do you have there, Bray?
Man, the battle with the 200-something quarterbacks in the draft. I'm going to take Brock Purdy. I just think that defense.
There you go. You know what time it is.
Tristan works out. I'm taking the defense, baby.
This is 23-year-old. This is 22-year-old Brock Purdy against 23-year veteran Tom Brady.
About to take him down.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I think the Bucs are going to win this game like 13-10.
This is a good under game.
This is going to be the ugliest game of the weekend, and it's going to be 13-10. The Bucs are going to win. I think Brady and the Bucs are about to
At some point, Tom Brady is going to drop dead on the field. This is the game. I'm going Niners. He's just going to keel over.
Lindsey, it's your team.
Man, you already know who I'm picking. Them Niners. We're blowing them out. Tom Brady's averaging, 13 points a game?
I just don't know.
And you think we're going to score 10? Are you kidding me?
13-10. That's my final.
What are you saying, Braylon?
Debo's playing this game, right?
Huh?
Debo's playing this week, too.
All of those stars are playing.
Just not Jimmy G.
Yeah, I'm 49ers.
We don't need Jimmy G.
Maz?
I'm with you, Ryan, but I don't want to pick them because the 49ers are my Super Bowl pick.
Okay. Very
good.
Be a man and pick somebody.
All right, Maz, that'll be the last one because that's 7. We only do 7 a week.
Yeah, but sometimes I add a game.
Do you really?
Yes.
Okay, we're running out of show. Give me. Okay, give it to me.
Last game, Braylon. Dolphins at the Chargers. This is the night game. Chargers are a home underdog. They're getting 3.5 from Miami.
Chargers.
Oof, I hate the Chargers. I never want to see them on national television again, and for that, I'll pick the Dolphins.
Yeah, I don't know what I hate the Chargers too. We're in lockstep. I'm gonna go with Dolphins just because I hate the Chargers.
Oh man, who did Braylon pick?
Chargers.
Okay.
Their left tackle, Terran.
Yeah, the Chargers can't. The Chargers can't stop a nosebleed. They're gonna get murdered. Miami's killing them.
I'll take the home dog.
Line of the Miami Dolphins last week. Terran Armstead, man.
Yeah, but no, that was the Niners though. We're different.
Ryan, give me the home dog Chargers.
I got you.
Mack has 11 sacks. I'm just saying.
All right.
Those are the Superchargers.
Bray, I love you. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you on Monday, okay? We're running out of show.
All right, brother.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Travels,
we'll see you Monday.
You missed Bourbon Day today, buddy.
All right.
We missed you.
Yeah, all right. Got to get a break and come right back to close it out. But first, a message from the Foaling Warehouse.
I'll be there tonight. I'll be foaling tonight with a bunch of 50-year-old drunk women. That's right. I am driving my wife and her friends for a 50th birthday party. Chris Hutt is waiting for us. 2 ways to play: $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation, which we have $120. You get it for 2 hours, and you get to have it all by yourself. That's all it is. $120 for 2 hours of fun. Many beers, over 100 beers on the menu, and of course, they've got it all. They've got the mystery beer machine for $2. You never know what you're going to get. Bring your own food or have it delivered. Get your fold on at foldingwarehouse.com.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe Garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
What's up, guys? Coming to you live from the Planet Fitness Studios. They're the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports. Also home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out for just $10 a month.
Only $10?
Only $10. Or upgrade to the black card for unlimited guest privileges.
Unlimited.
Hydro massages. I know Maz loves those. And more. Join in club today or go to planetfitness.com.
P-Fit.
P-Fit. What a weekend span, guys. A couple of notes. Want to make mention of the Army-Navy game happening. So we do have some football tomorrow. Thank God.
123rd time that these guys go at it.
Unbelievable.
In Philly, Neil's going.
Neil will be there in Philadelphia. Army-Navy, the definition of saving the best for last. Who will end the season with a W this year? 123rd Army-Navy game, Philadelphia. And this game has seen not a lot of points. This game has hit the under 16 straight times. In my gambling days, I would like to thank you for an automatic win.
Neil has made this his get-right pick of the week. He likes the over in this game. I will tell you that Navy leads the all-time series 62-53. They had 7 ties in there. And then wait till you see the uniforms on these teams tomorrow. And I have to go to a game. And I want to go to a game when it's in the Black Hills in upstate New York, or I want to go to Annapolis when they have a game there, even Philadelphia. But the game travels. The next 4 years, it'll be at all different sites.
Isn't it always at Philadelphia?
No, it's been all over. It's been everywhere. It's been tons of places.
Where's it going to be next year?
I forget. I probably should have put that in the notes. I want to go when it's at a really cool place.
Yeah,
I don't want to go to one of these indoor stadiums or one of these fancy stadiums. I like seeing it like
in
old
the
school.
outdoors.
Yeah, old
you want
school.
some nostalgia.
Because wow, I mean, the game. It's just the pageantry to watch these cadets and the midshipmen. Well, it's just, hey man, they're There's something. They are something special, these people. We thank them for their service, and you know how freaking smart you got to be to get in these academies, man. They play a good football game too. It's always fun. I always rooted for Navy. My dad always rooted for Army. He was an Army guy. But I always like Roger Staubach. So
I like them both. I like them both. We hope it's a good game. Lindsey, thanks so much for being with us
guys
this week,
for having me,
Look at that back wall.
I know. Thank you
beautiful
for watching Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Lindsey, welcome back anytime, my friend.
Sir.
Thanks.
Go Lions!
Go Lions! Thank you for watching Ermanni and Edwards with Maz.
See ya.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.